But in my opinion, if you haven't gritted your teeth and you haven't been through adversity and sweat and hard work, yeah, and you've been given that position, you ain't never going to be as good as me.
Now, this is what boils my blood. He hasn't been through sweat and toil, adversity. He's done nothing. He's done nothing with his life, and he's doing nothing with his life. He's begging for money off his family. This is Danny G. Well, what a beautiful day. It's fine and dandy. That's a funny word, isn't it, dandy? Well, I hope you're all well, all fit, all strong, all safe. Now, I've got another video for you, yep. And Danny's been caught out again, hasn't he? Regarding his golf etiquette. Yes, the code of conduct on the golf course. Remember this?
Get to the hole. Yeah, I've got a shot. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. I don't know, did I? He's just put a 30-foot putt in. And what? Yeah, well, listen, I didn't know he was taking his tee shot.
And this.
Get in. Whoa!
Well, I don't play golf, but my son does. And I've asked other people around me who play golf, is this good etiquette on the golf course? And every one of them said, no, it'll upset people, especially on the course. And they're very surprised that he's getting away with that. They do agree that players swear, which is through frustration, but to run round shouting is not acceptable. That's what they tell me. Well, Danny made a little video trying to justify his conduct on the course. Just watch him bring somebody else into it when he's unsure whether you believe in him or not.
Hey, Dan, do you know what somebody said to me on TikTok earlier? Is this not the truth, Dan? Do you know what somebody said to me on TikTok earlier? Yeah, I've seen a clip of you, yeah, saying that the other day, right, the wardens came around the course because people have been phoning the course and they'd said that you was dropping loads of balls, yeah, and you said, right, this is what somebody said to me on TikTok earlier, and you said, right, that they'd said they watched you play for 2 holes and they had no problem with you because you was that good. You mean, yeah. I swear, Dan, that's what somebody put in TikTok. Yo, Dan.
I swear, Dan. He's bringing Dan into it, whoever Dan is, because he's not sure, just like he brings Tony into it. He's insecure, he's a lad, and that's what he's doing.
Dan, when the wardens came and spoke to us the other day,
Go on, Dan, you tell him.
What was their words? I've watched you play for 2 holes now, boys. I don't know what they're on about. You're very good. We don't have people at the ball like this round here. Is that...
Now, Dan's probably online in the chat thinking, what the hell is he on about?
What they said to us, Dan, or not? Or not? Just verify that for me, bro. You know what I mean? That's exactly what the warden said.
He overstresses himself and all. When I say overstress, I don't mean stressed out. I mean overstresses what he's saying. He'll say it time and time again. Because he's unsure in his own head whether you believe in him or not.
That's exactly what the warden said. I mean, I swear to God. He says, I've watched you play for 2 holes now, lads. And we don't get people at the ball round here, so you like...
Can you imagine, Danny? He gets nicked for pinching, shoplifting. Let's say shoplifting, yeah? And the copper says, have you pinched this? After listening to Danny rant off for 10 minutes, saying no, the copper's going to think, no, lad, you're putting your point over too much. You're guilty of something. And that's exactly what he's doing now.
Sound. Yeah, I know you can all play. That's what he's... I've watched you play for 2 holes. Yeah, the way you're hitting the ball, I know you can all play. You sound as a band. It came round because they'd had complaints, not from people who was on the course, right?
Just stress that because he knows it is from people on the course.
Was apparently dropping 5 balls with every ball and then teaching people on camera how to play a draw, a fade, hit it high, hit it low, punch.
Well, that's what you're always doing.
Like, literally, that's what the bloke was saying. And I was like, nah, mate, we're not doing that. Like, we're not. I said, we're not doing that, mate.
We're not doing that, mate. Sorry, officer, it wasn't me. Listen, how long do you think these friends are going to last? I've got a feeling that Danny latches onto people and the common interest might be golf, could be golf, whatever, basketball, whatever he's brilliant at, the gym. And after a very, very, very short time, they're like, get rid of this idiot. I'm sure that's what's happening. I don't mean to be disrespectful, Danny, but that's the vibe you give off.
We're definitely not doing that. It wasn't. Do you know what I mean? That's all. Not once did we do that.
And Dan's in chat probably saying, Well, don't bring us into it.
We just played the game, but we filmed a couple of holes. We didn't even film all of them. We just filmed a couple of them.
No, you filmed the old. He's making this teamwork, isn't he?
And we did let people play through as well, didn't we, Dan? We let about
Dan, didn't we? Dan.
3 people play through. Because while we was filming, you know what I mean, we looked back and we saw him on the tee, and then we played off the green, and then as soon as they got near us, it was like, mate, play through. We're filming, so we don't hold you up. Courteous, mate. You know what I mean? Proper golf etiquette.
Proper golf etiquette, as we've just seen on the videos. Well, as I said, I don't know who Dan is, but his missus is probably sat next to him there at home watching this thinking, or saying, Dan, who's this idiot you're playing golf with? Get a grip, lad, and get shooting him.
Did it, Dan? Proper golf etiquette, bro. You know what I mean? We held them up a little bit. Not like as soon as they got within us, bro. It wasn't like we was waiting for holes. We were always looking behind because we're golfers. And as soon as we saw they was in shot range, we was like, come on, mate. Come through. It's all right. We're filming. You carry on, bro. Don't want to slow down your day.
Just like the video you put up other week, where an OAP, as you call them, proper name senior citizen, was dragging the feet in front of you and saying, and you even said, I don't know why they let these guys on the course. You was really frustrated about somebody in front of you instead of watching your golf.
You know what I mean? And then it was like, no, cheers, lads. It was like, no problem, mate. Have a really nice day. Nothing but polite and courteous, man.
Just a little bit of psychology there. My assessment, only my opinion, of Danny G and how he behaves. Now then, in this one, he wants to be Andrew Tate, believe it or not. He talks about success in life and what you should be doing and what you can do to achieve your goals.
Right? When you get children and responsibilities, things do become more difficult because you have other people that you have to think about other than yourself.
That's right, Danny. Think about others first.
And sometimes to be great at something, you have to be selfish. Yeah.
And you know all about selfish.
Yeah. What I choose to be great at, which is living my life to the best of my ability, yeah, right? I can do that with children and a wife because that is my aim in life. My aim in life is to see as much of this world as possible before I die. To experience as much as possible before I die.
Now, what I'm hearing, no, I don't mean the words, what I'm hearing here is he's got a shield round him and everybody else doesn't matter. So I am going to get the best out of this world. For me, it's me, and I'm going to get everything I want, regardless of any other person.
That is my aim, my personal aim, right? If your personal aim is something different to that, then all you got to do is reach and reach and reach, and eventually you will get it. I'm sick of hearing that, you know, I can't do this because of this, I can't do this because of this, and I can't do this because of this, right? They are hurdles you are putting in your own way. They are barriers you are putting in front of yourself.
You're right, Danny.
Forget the naysayers and the trolls and the people in your life that are going to give you shit and tell you that you're not good enough.
He's brought the trolls into it. I've never heard Andrew Tate bring trolls into it.
Ignore them. You're putting barriers in front of yourself by saying, I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't live a life with those words, I can't. I live a life with I will fucking try.
No. You do not live a life saying I will try. You live a life saying that I can.
Yeah, that is how I live my life. And, you know, do you honestly think Einstein was not ridiculed? Do you honestly think Einstein started as what he ended up as? The greatest mind to ever walk the face of this earth?
I don't know how you can say that, Danny. He only had an IQ of 160. You have 174. You're far more intelligent than Einstein.
No, of course he didn't. Do you think he didn't get battered down by all the naysayers and the trolls telling him he was fucking stupid?
Did Einstein get trolled? Did he get trolled? I don't think that internet when he were around, did there? Did he get trolled, Einstein?
And he was daft and he didn't know what he was on about. Of course he did. But what did he do? One track mind straight through, don't give a shit. Do you think Michael Jordan, when he was younger, coming from the hood, was told he will never be nothing? You'll never be in the NBA. You'll never be nothing. What happened? Greatest basketballer to ever walk the face of this earth. Seriously. All these people have been through their own adversity to get to where they've got to.
Yeah. Of course they have.
Yes, some people are handling it on a silver spoon, and it's a lot easier for them people. Do you know what I mean? To
Well, you've got to have the talent, Danny. You can't just,
get to a certain place. But in my opinion, if you haven't gritted your teeth and you haven't been through adversity and sweat and hard work, yeah, and you've been given that position, you ain't never going to be as good as me.
Now, this is what boils my blood. He hasn't been through sweat and toil, adversity. He's done nothing. He's done nothing with his life, and he's doing nothing with his life. He's begging for money off his family. This is Danny G. And he's trying to talk as though he's a upright, respectable family man. Sorry, Danny, it's not washing.
Who's
Sorry, I got a bit upset there.
gone through the hard work and the grit determination to get there. So yes, some people will be given a silver spoon. Some people will be given a ticket to stardom in whatever they just choose to do. But they're never going to be as good as you. So when they meet you in competition, because they've had it handed to them, they haven't had to work for it, they haven't had to make the mistakes, they haven't had to correct the mistakes, they haven't had to sweat, cry, blood, tears, the lot.
He's got an hang up. He's got an hang up. And I'll tell you what it is. I can see it straight away. He feels he hasn't been dealt good cards in his life. He feels as though he's higher and better than what he's been given by God. And that's what's wrong with Danny. So anybody who has got any entitlement, he looks down on.
To get to where they've got to, they're never going to be as good as you. So when you meet them in competition, whatever that may be, whether it be for a job, yeah, whether it be for a sporting event or whatever it may be, yeah, you will smash the shit out of them because they haven't known hard work. They don't know what it is.
You're getting me mad again. You're getting me upset again, Danny. Hard work.
So yeah, listen, this video is to let you know to always reach for what you want to achieve. Don't let nobody try and tell you otherwise. It's that simple. I have made many mistakes in my lives. And in these videos, when I'm talking to you and trying to give you advice, you should listen. Because this is honest advice from my perspective.
Which is a strange perspective because no one seems to understand you. And what I'm doing is trying to get inside your head and understand you.
The greatest thing I could do in my life would be to train people, right? Because that is what I'm best at, training. I'm best at making this body resilient as fuck. Resilient to life, resilient to stress, resilient to everything.
Right, Danny, just listen to me, right? It's all about going back to basics that you won't listen to. You've got to go back to basics. So if you want to train people, train them. But first, you must go get some kind of training yourself. You need proof that you can do that. You need certificates. You need to go on courses. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. Just do them, Danny, because you tend to say with everything you're doing, it's you've got life skills. You've got life skills. We've all got life skills. And as you get older, you get a bit more wiser. And Danny, you've a lot to learn in life.
That's what I'm good at. So I should have been personal training years and years and years ago. And do you know something? Listen, I'm not immune, yeah, to being put down. I'm not immune to listening to people when I shouldn't listen, yeah?
You don't listen. I've never heard you listen to anybody.
6-7 years ago, I was going to become a personal trainer. I'd had enough of driving. Driving is just something that I do to fill in the time, to get the money so that I can take my children on holiday, so I can take my family to lovely places, so I can see the world. That's all I do it for. I don't do it because I enjoy doing it, believe me on that.
Right. Please tell me, you went ahead with this personal training and you got some qualifications, you got some training, you got some certificates to say that you're capable of doing that. Is that what you did? Because that's basics again.
Right? And I was going to become a personal trainer. And certain members of my family told me, right, that I wouldn't be able to do it because I smoke cannabis.
Well, prove them wrong.
You smoke weed. How are you going to be a personal trainer when you smoke weed? Well, yeah, weed is not ideal to be a personal trainer with, but I don't smoke it for any other reason other than I enjoy it. And I think you've all noticed that it doesn't affect how strong and fit I am. Yeah, right? And I'm not going to be...
So, he's not a very strong man, is he? He's not a strong man. So what? This is a typical Danny scenario. He wanted to be a personal trainer, and he was told, because you're smoking cannabis, you will never be able to do it. That's by his family, people close to him. And instead of saying, I really want to be a personal trainer, I'm going to give up cannabis. End of. He tries to justify smoking cannabis. This is why you've stood still in your life for so long, Danny.
Promoting weed to my customers, I'm not even going to ever take weed to the gym. I don't ever take weed to the gym. It's just an environment that I would never put that in. It's not an environment that I believe weed should be spoken about in the gym. You go to the gym to train hard. You go to the gym to make your body better. And in making your body better and stronger,
This conversation about cannabis shouldn't be happening. If you really wanted to be a gym instructor, you should have done it.
it enables your mind to get stronger. Because like I said to you, they're linked. So I listened to all the naysayers. I did. I had them in my own family. You can't do this, Danny. You can't do this, Danny. You can't.
And did you listen to them? And did you take heed?
And now, yeah, I've realised the mistake of me thinking like that. I've realised the mistake of me letting them tell me what I couldn't do. All my life, I've done what I wanted to do
We know that, Danny.
and what I believed I could do. And in this one instance, I let them tell me I couldn't do it. Are you mental? I would be an amazing personal trainer.
So why aren't you a personal trainer?
I have compassion. I have grit, determination. I have a lot of knowledge.
A little bit of sales patter here. Because he does go into this. He goes into sales patter, doesn't he?
A lot of love for people, and I want everyone to do well. Does that not sound as a brilliant personal trainer to you?
No. Because if I were lifting dead weights and doing dangerous things, I wouldn't want you near me, Danny. Because you're not going to be helpful, are you? With a spliff in your hand.
Does that not sound as somebody who's only going to have your best interests at heart?
No.
And he's going to work you to the point where you can achieve what you have desired to achieve, what you have thought you want.
All right, won't I? Sales patter.
I will help you achieve that. It may be hard work. Sometimes it may be a Viking workout.
Hey, up, we've brought it in. We've brought the trolls into it so far. Now we're bringing the Vikings into it. Hey.
But you're paying me. You're paying me to provide a service for you. And I know I can provide that service. So I am going to start personal training.
Listen. If you can hear me, Tony, sit him down and tell him. If somebody wants a personal trainer, they're going to look. It's simple, this. Danny, listen. Sit him down, Tony, and tell him this. If somebody wants a personal trainer, they'll get 4 or 5 people they've heard of, and they'll look into them and see what qualifications they've got, see what good results they've got, and see how accessible they are. That means, Danny, you're going to be right at the end of the list because you've no skills, only life skills, and that's all you're selling, life skills. And we've all got those.
Decided, right? I'm either going to start personal training or I'm going to start coaching people on striking. But the thing is with the striking and the coaching thing, if we're being honest about it now, I don't have no experience in coaching. How can I go and coach people on something that I have no experience in?
You've no experience in gym training.
I only have experience on punching people's fucking heads in on the road. I don't have... I've sparred loads of times. But that's not the same as being in that environment. That's not the same as being a proper trainer. Do you know what I mean? And knowing the knowledge that they know. The only thing I know...
They know, not you know.
...is how to use these. And I can only give knowledge on what I've learned myself to be able to get this fast. What I've learned...
There you go, life skills.
...myself when street fighting. But that is not enough knowledge, I don't think, to be a proper strike coach. I think they would want somebody with more knowledge than me.
Put that theory against being a gym trainer, and you'll realise it's the same.
Of the sport. Do you know what I mean, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't have much knowledge of the sport. The only knowledge I have is what I watch and when I train, yeah? But personal training is different. I have been training my body and my mind since I was 16 years of age. Well, nearly 17. Since I actually that's a lie. Went to jail, 18 years of age. So since I was 18, I've been training my body to be an absolute machine. Yeah? So that is knowledge that I have experience in. I know nutrition.
Please don't be a personal trainer. Because they'll listen to this and think, donut.
I know sleep patterns. I know training patterns. I know the best way to rip fat off. I know the best way to apply muscle. I know the best way to get a Spartan physique, and I know the best way to get a Mr. Universe physique. I know the best way to get a powerlifting physique. I know the best way to train to be a rugby player. I know the best way to train to be a basketball player. I know the best way to train to be a golfer. So I have that knowledge, and that's something I'm confident in giving people, yeah, right? And I'll be confident that the knowledge I'm
This sales patter's going on and on and on, isn't it?
giving them is correct. When it comes to fighting, the knowledge I give you on film is to help you look after yourself on the street. It's not to, yeah, it might help you if you start boxing, it might help you if you start UFC. But I would imagine the coaches in them disciplines will know more than me.
Finally, he's admitted they will know more than him.
Right? But this video is to let you know that I am going to realise my own potential now. I am going to save, it's 15, I think it's 1,750 quid, £1,750 to do my personal training course.
Oh, at last, Danny. You're looking at doing something. Get yourself out, earn a bit of brass, and put your name down for course.
I have a family to look after.
Danny,
I have holidays to pay for. This is going to take me a while to save up that money. Yeah? Because
he's going to start asking now for brass, isn't he? Be careful, folks. In chat, he might start begging.
I have other things that I have to take care of. But I will do it. I will do it. And by this time next year, I'll be doing my personal training course. And I will pass, because I'm clever, and I research, and I will learn. I'm going there for one purpose. I'm not going there to think I know everything. I'm going there to learn new shit. A lot of the stuff I probably will know, but I'm still not going to go there thinking I know everything. I'm going to go there learning with the mindset I want to learn. I want to better myself. I want to become better. I want to become a really good person.
I don't think he'll even get accepted on course once I talk to him.
Personal trainer. I want to become a personal trainer. That's what I want to do. Right?
Imagine training this guy up and then sending him out on street, say, where you go, you've got your certificate. You'd be worried sick, wouldn't you? How he's going to take advantage of that certificate, that knowledge.
I can't afford to do it at the moment. I can't afford to do it at the moment. But I'm going to have to save for that. But I'm going to do that. That's my goal. I want to save to do that. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to do it. It's not like I'm going to say, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and do it, but I'm going to achieve it. Trust me, I'm going to do it. So by the time I'm 41 years of age, I will be personal training.
You're not personal training, and you're way past 41.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm not letting the naysayers tell me no more that I can't do it. I'm not letting them. And you should never let nobody tell you. Like I said, I'm not immune. I'm not perfect. I have had this in my own life. And that's why I'm talking to you about it. Mistakes that I've made, I don't want you to make. Do you know what I mean, right? Anything that I give you advice over, it's some time in life I've messed up in that state. I've messed up. And I've realised the mistake that I've made. And rather than you have to make them mistakes, listen to me and you don't have to make them.
Well, what do we learn from Danny there? I'll tell you what we've learnt. We've learnt he doesn't do basics. We've said that. There's a lot of things about Danny we're learning, isn't there? You know, he doesn't follow through. He's got the attention span of a 10-year-old kid, hasn't he? Let's be honest. That's why he doesn't do the basics. I know I keep going on about the basics, but in life, anything has to start with the basics, and Danny just skips through them. You know, this is a good example because this is an old video. You know, he's 40-year-old in this video. And he says by the time he's 41, he's going to be a personal trainer. Well, presently he's 44, and he's still not a personal trainer. He's moved on. You know, it's like I said, it's like a young teenager with hobbies. I've finished with that. I'm moving on to that now. I think that's what we're looking at with Danny. Trying to get inside his head is just nuts, isn't it? But anyway, we try, we have a look, and we have a laugh. So, thanks for watching, guys. Godspeed, God love you all to bits. If you want to subscribe, you can. Please hit the notification bell and the likes. And if you want to buy me a coffee, that'd be wonderful. Love you all to bits. God bless, Godspeed, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.